Applications like competitive gaming and voice over IP share a strict network requirement. They rely on the continuous, unbroken delivery of data packets to function properly. A delay of even 20 milliseconds can break the experience. Applying native encryption to these streams interrupts that flow. The mathematical operations required to scramble and unscramble data take time, and packaging that data into secure capsules creates friction. You can see the physical reality of this friction here. On the left, an unencrypted packet stream moves freely from client to server. On the right, that same volume of traffic is forced into a default, unoptimized VPN tunnel, creating an immediate bottleneck. By tracking the metrics on this congested stream, we see the degradation in real time. The round-trip delay, the time it takes for a signal to travel to the server and back, spikes. At the same time, the goodput, which measures the actual useful data delivered, drops significantly. When you experience this severe latency, you are rarely maxing out the VPN server's raw bandwidth. Instead, you are witnessing a failure of transport configuration and a mismatch of network protocols. Standard out-of-the-box VPN architectures are designed to cast the widest possible net for privacy. They prioritize generic security over real-time transmission speeds. To understand why they slow down, we have to look at the three distinct bottlenecks in this default architecture: the transport protocol, the cryptographic overhead, and the routing path. Standard configurations apply aggressive error correction and heavy cryptographic ciphers universally. If you are trying to push high-speed, latency-sensitive traffic through these defaults, the architecture actively penalizes your connection. However, the network stack is modular. We have the capability to override the local routing rules on your operating system, as well as the infrastructure rules on the VPN server itself. Reaching baseline latency while maintaining cryptographic security means we have to isolate the inefficient protocols at every layer of the network stack and replace them. The first intervention happens at the OSI transport layer. This is the set of rules governing exactly how packets are delivered between IP addresses. TCP requires the receiving server to return an acknowledgement receipt before the next packet transmits. Running a TCP application inside a TCP VPN encapsulates one handshake inside another, doubling transmission pathways. If a packet drops, both layers attempt simultaneous error correction, stalling the connection entirely. Network engineers refer to this compounding failure as TCP meltdown. It causes severe delays that ruin real-time applications. To prevent this, we swap the transport protocol to UDP, the User Datagram Protocol. UDP is stateless. It streams data continuously, ignoring dropped packets to maintain speed. Preventing protocol-level traffic jams in your VoIP calls or games requires forcing your VPN's transport layer away from TCP and locking it to UDP. Switching to UDP solves the transport problem, but the packets still need to be encrypted. Legacy cryptographic protocols impose a heavy computational burden on your local machine, creating a hardware bottleneck. This CPU flowchart shows the limitation of legacy protocols like OpenVPN. They force incoming data through a single processing thread, quickly maxing out its capacity. WireGuard solves this by utilizing hardware-level vectorization, distributing data streams evenly across multiple parallel threads. This structural efficiency is paired with a change in the cryptographic cipher itself, swapping the traditional AES encryption for ChaCha20. ChaCha20 achieves the exact same cryptographic strength as AES, but its mathematical operations are leaner, drastically reducing the CPU time required to encrypt each packet. Upgrading to WireGuard eliminates the local processing bottleneck and maximizes throughput. However, its core architecture introduces a critical vulnerability at the network level. WireGuard was built for speed, not necessarily for commercial privacy. To establish a fast connection, its architecture requires assigning the user a static internal IP address. Assigning a static, unchanging identifier compromises anonymity. If multiple users are sharing a VPN server, a static internal IP makes it possible to trace specific data patterns back to a single user. To fix this without breaking the protocol, network engineers utilize a double NAT topology. As you can see in this map, the static client IP hits the first NAT, which rewrites it into a randomized internal IP. That randomized IP then passes through the second NAT to receive the shared public IP of the VPN server. By dynamically provisioning sessions through this dual translation architecture, the static identifier is completely masked. The user retains WireGuard's maximum throughput, and the privacy flaw is neutralized. For gaming, UDP over WireGuard is ideal, but many secure applications, like encrypted video conferencing and large file transfers, natively rely on TCP to ensure data integrity. They cannot simply be switched to UDP. When evaluating these TCP connections, the critical metric is goodput, the number of actual, useful bits of information delivered to the application within a given time frame. Goodput is inversely proportional to physical geographical distance. The further a packet has to travel, the higher the round-trip delay, which inherently chokes the delivery speed of a TCP stream. To overcome the physics of long-distance routing, advanced VPN providers modify the Linux network stack on their bare metal servers, bypassing the normal, slow packet processing paths. The most effective modification implements a congestion control algorithm known as BBR, bottleneck bandwidth and round-trip propagation time. This map shows how BBR operates. Instead of pushing data across a single massive 600 millisecond route, the algorithm artificially splits the long-distance path into shorter, highly optimized segments. If packet loss occurs on a long route, traditional TCP congestion algorithms reduce speed drastically and take a long time to recover. BBR recovers from packet loss in a fraction of the time, ramping up to maximum transfer speeds almost immediately. Overriding the default network stacks with BBR effectively neutralizes the physical distance penalty, maintaining high goodput for TCP-dependent applications even halfway across the world. Even with advanced transport protocols and server-side algorithms, achieving absolute, uncompromised baseline latency sometimes requires removing the application from the encrypted tunnel entirely. This is achieved through OS-level split tunneling, a method of defining exactly which traffic is encrypted and which is left alone. Here, the operating system's routing table intercepts outbound data. Network extensions identify the specific application executables. It directs your web browser traffic through the secure VPN tunnel, while simultaneously routing your video game traffic directly to the open ISP interface. To maintain security within this setup, an app-level kill switch monitors the encrypted applications. If the VPN connection drops, it cuts network access to the browser, while the game continues running without interruption. Shifting traffic management out of the VPN client and into the operating system level allows you to maintain strict cryptographic security for sensitive data without compromising a single millisecond of stability for live applications. Maximizing network performance requires mapping the specific demands of your application directly to the exact configuration of your network stack. This matrix reveals the optimal configurations. Low-latency gaming requires WireGuard with Cha-Cha-20, forced over UDP, and OS-level split tunneling. Conversely, high-speed streaming requires TCP transport, routed through bare metal servers running BBR congestion control for high goodput. Experiencing the VPN penalty is rarely a symptom of insufficient server bandwidth. In almost every case, latency and buffering are symptoms of strict protocol misalignment. To maintain real-time data flow, the logic of the transport layer must match the profile of the traffic you are generating. By controlling the network stack, deploying advanced cryptographic protocols, and utilizing custom routing topologies, you eliminate the traditional latency trade-offs required for digital privacy.